Ryan, A24. We had a nice A24 double feature last week.
Yeah, we did.
One of which is out in theaters, one of which is not, and we will be talking about that later. But the one that is out in theaters is Joaquin Phoenix in Come On, Come On, a little black and white drama. Small cast, really 2/2.5 people. Joaquin Phoenix, his nephew, played by young Woody Norman, and his sister, played by Gabby Hoffman. So we've got two former child actors and a child actor in this film. About this radio journalist who travels around the country interviewing people. And his sister, Gabby Hoffman, has to deal with her husband, who's having some mental health issues. And he winds up taking care of his nephew, who is a specimen of a child in a great many ways. This is just a really quiet little drama about family.
Yeah, some fantastic performances.
It's Joaquin is really quiet. I mean, he's always been a really quiet actor. I mean, Joker notwithstanding, but he's very still. He probably is more. I don't want to say manic, because in this film that means a completely different thing. He's unsettled in this film, and a part of that is, I think, because of his nephew, who really does border on manic.
Yeah. Well,
he's
a very intelligent but hyper imaginative child who does have issues with behavior issues. He's
but it's not like he's badly behaved.
No, but
he's just very energetic and lacks, I don't even want to say impulse control, because it's not like he pulls wings off of flies, or kicks cats or anything like that.
I think, I think he as they say, he is probably somewhere on the spectrum.
Right.
What exactly, I don't know, but he's a challenge.
Yes, he is a
for
challenge.
His mother. He's and I think that's actually one of the things about the film that's kind of nice, is that it's a film that allows its characters to be genuinely frustrated and still be good people, if that makes sense. Like, they're, because sometimes I guess, they say, well, they're just not a good parent. No, sometimes it has nothing to do with that.
Right. I mean, it's what, I mean, for me, the thing that I took away from this, well, not the thing that I took away from it. I mean, everyone is damaged in some way, not just in this film. I mean, but everyone, you, me, the people in this film, the people that listen to this thing, people you pass the street, everyone is damaged somehow, and everyone is dealing with that damage. And how you deal with it is how you live your life. And the line that stuck with me in this film, it really is the takeaway, is when Joaquin calls his sister, and he's trying to, I think I screwed up today. I yelled at the kid.
Yeah. And,
I don't know what I'm doing. And she's like, nobody knows what they're doing. You just have to keep doing it. Yeah. And really, that's a really fancy way of saying, put one foot in front of the other. But the way that is phrased is just, that line stuck out to me as I watched the film, is, nobody knows what they're doing. And all you can do is keep doing it. And eventually you'll get to the end. You'll get better, or something bad will happen. And that's this, written and directed by Mike Mills. This film is, who, again, I don't necessarily keep track of my directors on small films like this.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Beginners.
I have not. I mean, he's very sporadic.
Well, yes.
In his, a lot of shorts, but then there's Thumbsucker from 2005, which it's on my list. I just haven't gotten to it. But then you jump up to Beginners, which is 2010. and now it's 2021 is his, well, 20th Century Women was 2016.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's like every 5-6 years he puts out a feature.
Yes.
So he's not prolific. You know, he's not
Well,
churning them out as a director.
maybe not, but I mean, he is part of an interesting partner. Well, his wife is Miranda July, which is, she also is making films, and so it's you know, I would imagine that it's not so much that he wouldn't like to continuously be making films. I think it's just that he likes to make somewhat eclectic films that take some time to get financing and whatnot.
Yeah, because this is not a box office movie.
Not in a traditional sense. No. It's I mean, it's in many ways it's a quintessential art house film, but I think that because it's dealing with some themes that I think a lot of parents are dealing with, I could see this you know, appealing to a larger crowd than normal because of what it's about.
I agree. I think a lot of people would appreciate this film if they take the time to go see it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff in theaters now. You know, bigger ticket stuff and more family-oriented stuff.
But I think if maybe mom and dad need a night out.
Right. And that's the hard part.
And it is hard, particularly because a lot of the moms and dads that they're going to need a night out who need to see this are those who have children who are maybe harder to get someone to take care of. I mean, that's
Right.
actually that's part of the thing in this film, and you know, is that, you know, she's going to have to go and help her I guess it's her ex-husband. I don't recall if they're
not divorced. It's just
he's okay. Well, whatever it is, it's
Yeah.
a weird relationship. Everything about
Yeah.
the relationships are a little off. But you know, she has to go basically save him, and you know, Joaquin Phoenix character hasn't talked to her in a year, essentially.
Right.
And they're estranged, and he's like, do you have someone to watch the kid? Because he obviously kind of knows what's going on, and she's got to admit that no, she can't find somebody.
Right.
And he's almost the last, you know, she'd rather he didn't. But she's in a situation where he's probably the best, you know, that she's going to find. He might actually be the only person she's going to find who's willing to sit with this kid. So but it's, you know, and I think it's also important. Part of the film is he is traveling and still doing his interviews. And so he's taking this kid along with him, and that also complicates things. But he's doing interviews with young people, and he's essentially asking them, you know, what do you think your future is? You know, what is, and so you've got this whole other thing going on, where young people, and I have no idea, and I love the fact that I have no idea if those are scripted interviews, or if those were totally just sit down with the kid and see what the kid says.
Right. 'Cause, I mean, a lot of that, it feels like, it's radio documentary.
Yeah.
Because it's all audio. They're not filming the kids. It's all audio because it's for radio.
Yeah.
So, but it does feel like a documentary film during those segments.
Yeah. It's like they slip that into the film itself.
Yeah.
So so it takes on this whole kind of different, I don't know, it just feels different because of that. Everything about it feels either, you know, it feels a little more real.
Because they dropped that in there.
Yeah,
because they dropped that in there with those other kids. You mentioned the performances, and yes, all the performances are great. Joaquin is great. Woody is great. Gabby is, for a minute, it took me a minute to realize that was Gabby Hoffman, but once I did, I was like, oh my God, she's so good. That being said, I think if you don't have these performances, this film is, I want to say average. I mean, it's very typical. It's very, the story in and of itself isn't that fantastic. What's fantastic about it is the way these 2.5, 3 actors perform and present these characters. And I think that's really what elevates the film.
And that may be, but I think, that's when you're a director, that's part of your job too.
Right.
And when you're a writer director, it's, saying, okay, what's the material that I have? Who's putting people in place for them to succeed, and also for your story to succeed. And you may be right. It may be if you have lesser actors, it doesn't work, or it's not nearly as compelling. But fortunately, in this case, we don't have to really think about that because we have really good actors.
We really do.
And what they're doing, does it elevate the piece? I don't know. Maybe but regardless, it everything works, and it works extremely well. It's a film that I thought, yeah, I'll probably like this, and watching it, it's like, I think I like this a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah, those are the best ones. We've had a lot of those this year, though.
We've had a few, but this one, it didn't have a lot of buzz around it. Really.
No, it popped up as, hey, there's this screener. I was like, I had to go look it up. I'm like, what?
But I think it's definitely, I think it's one of the top 5 films of the year. It's easily top 10. It's that good, and it's that interesting, and I think it's also that important.
In a lot of ways, it is. It's going to get it's going to get a lot of awards buzz.
I hope
for
so.
Joaquin, and I would Gabby supporting. I would have no problem with the nomination.
Yeah,
for that.
And I hope that this gets out. Word gets out there about this film, because I think there are a lot of people who would benefit from seeing it. I think there's a lot of parents out there that struggle and are frustrated, and it would be nice for them to see that they're not alone. And granted, this is sort of a work of fiction, but I think it's based very much on real experience.
Oh, it's very grounded.
So yeah,
it is very grounded. So yeah, no, it's excellent. If you're a movie fan and you like a good story and great performances, definitely go seek this one out at your local theater, because it's well worth your time. I think you'll be really impressed if you're a fan of good, not even scene showing. It's just really good, solid performances. That's Come On from writer-director Mike Mills, Joaquin Phoenix, Gabby Hoffman, Woody Norman. Again, Woody Norman is just fantastic as this 9-year-old, maybe 9-year-old kid traveling around. He's great. So check it out. It is in theaters as we speak. So that is it. We have got a literal metric ton of films left to talk about. We have I think another half a metric ton to see before Christmas to talk about. So we will be busy, and we will get them to you just as fast as we possibly can. So stay tuned, and we will talk as fast as we can talk and schedule ourselves. So, but until next time, take it easy, stay safe. We hope you enjoyed your long Thanksgiving weekend. And we're not caught up in too much Black Friday shopping hubbub, which I didn't hear a lot about this year, which was great. I didn't hear about any stampedes on Black Friday. Some
Walmart throwdowns.
Right. I didn't hear about any of that. So maybe we're all a little calm right now. So, but Christmas is coming. The holiday season is upon us. Enjoy yourselves. Spend time with your family. Be good. Stay safe. And until next time, I am Mark. That is Ryan. Bye, Ryan.
Hey, guys.
And we'll talk to you all later.